Good morning and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about lichens. Now, while seaweed and algae was mostly just a long leaf with no roots and no stem and no bud, lichen is a really small, super hard, dense plant that's mostly just stem with no roots, no leaves, no buds. And lichen almost looks like nature's graffiti. It's kind of like somebody just painted on a tree or a rock or wherever it's located. It's super hard and it doesn't create seeds. It just gets extra hard and crumbles into dust, and wherever that dust goes, it kind of creates more lichen. So it's really pretty unique stuff. Um, Again, if we're going to equate plants to human beings, this is not a very mature human being. This is still a bit of a toddler. This is a very young plant in the sense that it just doesn't do a lot of things that other plants do. It doesn't create flowers, it doesn't create buds, it doesn't create seeds, it doesn't dig roots down in anywhere, but it does some pretty amazing things. The ability to cling like an ant or a lizard sideways or upside down to something is pretty unique, pretty remarkable. And the other thing is the way that it gets its water is it just absorbs it out of the air. It straight up just absorbs water out of the air because it doesn't have those roots to suck up water from the ground, which is why it can live on a rock just in the middle of nowhere. And how does it create its own food? It just sucks up water out of the air, and its little body doesn't need much sunlight at all. It can live almost completely in the shade. Just a little tiny bit of light is all that it needs to sustain itself. So it doesn't need much of anything. It's pretty self supportive. What it does need is a place to live, and that's why it lives on other things. It lives on trees and it lives on rocks. But it's not a parasite, it's not a pest, it doesn't steal anything, it's not in competition. Because again, whatever tree that it's on is going to suck up water from the roots, and if it's on the bark of the tree, um, it's going to just chill there and absorb water right out of the air, not take it from the tree. It's not competing for anything. Um, some lichen provides food for animals, so it's actually pretty beneficial to the forest to have this lichen. Um, it's something that up in the frozen north, you might have reindeer going around looking for lichen in the middle of winter when there's nothing else around, and they might find a little bit of green, super hardy plant sitting there on the trees, and then they can eat that, and then they have like a little meal for themselves, which is real nice for them. Um, Interestingly, lichen can completely freeze. It can go well below freezing, well into the negative temperatures Fahrenheit. And then, when you're done freezing lichen, when that winter is over, it just springs back to life. So it can withstand some very, very cold temperatures, and partly it can do this because its body isn't filled with much. It's very small. It's very woody. It's not filled with a lot of water. If you're filled with a lot of water and you're a plant and the water and the temperature gets super duper duper low, you're gonna freeze. You know, um, so um, yeah, interesting stuff. Um, Humans haven't really developed much of a taste for lichen. Um, Although we have learned to paint with it. You can actually, as I said, it's like nature's graffiti. You can kind of make your own graffiti with lichen, although I'm not going to tell you how to do that. It's a pretty cool project. Maybe later we'll learn when you're in eighth grade. But you can basically learn to paint with the lichen, and then wherever you painted, it creates more lichen. Um, So that's pretty cool that it can just replicate itself very easily just from dying and crumbling. Um, and that's it. I will see you tomorrow and we'll talk about something that's similar to lichen but different. We'll talk about moss. Hope you're having a fantastic and sunny day. And I will chat with you soon. Bye.